I 34 male met a lovely woman 37 female last week. Now my brain is in conflict. Long story short, I met a lovely woman last week. Shared a few laughs, made some music at that event, and later on went to a friend's place to just chill for a bit. She had a few drinks, but nothing fancy. Yet she was pretty touchy-feely. Not inappropriately, but things like touching my arm while laughing, making eye contact a lot. That stuff. Anyway, we say goodbye, and a few days later she asks me when I want to hang out again to work on some music stuff. That was yesterday. The time flew by. She was supposed to hang out for about 2 hours or so. That turned into 6. And while she wasn't as touchy-feely, there still was a ton of eye contact, and she laughed at all my stupid attempts at jokes. We bonded over our mutual interest in Disney and our love of music. Around the evening she tells me, "I'm going home, going to eat, and I'll catch you later." Now here's the thing. Not even 2 minutes later she calls me. Instead of me just eating alone and watch a movie alone, I can also eat something with you and watch a movie with you, right? Unless you want to be alone, so here my heart starts racing, right? Sure, let's do that. While we were watching the movie nothing happened. But she also doesn't mind us sitting next to each other on the couch. Sounds weird, but it didn't feel awkward or anything. Anyway, movie ends. We end the evening, I kiss her on the cheek, and that's where my insecurities come around the corner. All of a sudden, the moment she left, my brain was like, what if she has a boyfriend? What if she's like this with all her friends? What if she's just touchy-feely because that's how she is? Yet I'm absolutely comfortable with myself around her. My mask is off, my guard is down. That's rare for me. So, I'm making myself crazy, unfortunately. Any advice on what you would think/do in a situation like this? Like, am I completely missing something, or? Sounds like she likes you a lot. Ask her out because you clearly like her too. Maybe start with, "I'm single and I probably should have asked you before, but are you?" Hope it works out. Smiling face with smiling eyes. She's begging for you to step up and make a move. If only there were some clues. Bro, get with the program and make your moves before she bounces. Oh my goodness, you poor man. You are oblivious. She would not have asked you to dinner and a movie if she didn't like you a lot. Don't screw this up. Get on your phone right this minute and ask her out. She's waiting for you. You're overthinking things. She's clearly into you and is flirting. Develop some self-confidence. My 26F boyfriend 28M has my name saved under a guy's name. Am I insane for breaking up? For context, I, 26F, met my boyfriend 28F online. Although we are the same nationality, he currently lives in Europe for his PhD. We have been dating for little over a year, and in July 2025 I broke up with him because I felt like he wasn't putting effort and time into our relationship. Then in beginning of September, we got back together because he really wanted to try again and promised he would change, calling me the love of his life. To add, he flew to our home country few months after we started dating, and we had spent time together, and even went on trips, etc. His family and my family know about our relationship. During our trips he never posted me on his socials, and only reposted one of my stories I tagged him under only friends. I have asked about this, and he said he was a private person, but he would always post stories of his outings/trips with friends with their faces. Yesterday, he mentioned that he was going to get some groceries while I was at the gym, and for 2 hours I didn't hear anything back from him, and messages were not delivering. I was really worried and couldn't focus at all, thinking he might have gotten into an accident or something, and tried calling his number, but it was going into voicemail. He finally texted me saying that he did text me, but the phone must have switched off before the messages go through, cause he found his phone off. I was a bit mad at him, so I said to prove that he did send me the messages when he went home, so I can see the timestamps. When he sent the screenshot, he sent me a very cropped image, not showing the contact, just the message. And I noticed that for the replies he made while sliding my messages, usually where I can see how he saved my name, I saw a guy's name. This is happening in WhatsApp BTW. I was very confused at first, then realized this is how he has saved my name. When I pointed it out, he deleted the screenshot, I had already saved it, and said that he changed my name after we broke up cause he hated seeing my name coming across his mobile. I didn't believe him at all. I asked if he thought I'm stupid, and just said we were over. He called me couples of times, and I finally picked up today, an hour ago. He said he never cheated on me. The name change was a stupid thing he did out of anger, and he still loved me, etc. I'm having a hard time believing him. After we broke up, I either save his contact under his name or just didn't save his number at all. I have some friends saved under a nickname that we all know or agree on, but never have I ever saved anyone under a false name. I feel like I'm going a bit crazy, to be honest, because after we started again, he was putting effort and time into our relationship as he promised. And yesterday we were really happily talking in a video call about our future. This was a man I wanted to marry. This incident feels like a dream, and I keep on going back to reading the text to confirm this did really happen. When he came to our home country, my name was saved under baby, which I have definitely seen. But I really don't remember whether he sent any screenshots of our chat while he was in Europe. Please tell me if I'm crazy or not. It feels like he's cheating on me, and I can't prove it cause we are living in two countries. I'm sorry for any mistakes. You're the side piece. His wife would figure out he's got a girlfriend if he saves your contact with your real name. He's clearly cheating, and if your contact is under a guy's name, he's cheating on someone else with you, as opposed to cheating on you, if you get me? You're the side chick. He's cheating on his wife or girlfriend. You are his fling. His family knows about our relationship, but he hides your name. Either that's a fake family, or they know he's cheating on whoever is the primary partner. Why and how are you dating anyone who lives in a different country most of the time? You have no idea of his daily life, nor he yours. I can see this after you have got to know someone for a few years, but not as a start to a relationship. I get cultures are different, but find someone in the same location to try get to know this person. My family is pressuring me, 27F, to divorce my husband, 28M. My husband, let's call him Nate, and I have been together for 10 years, married for 4 years. We've been having a rough couple of years, and basically everyone I am close to is telling me to get divorced. Nate and I have known each other since we were 14 and 15. We were best friends first, and basically inseparable, and started dating near the end of high school. As far as our relationship, everything was great. He treated me amazingly, always with the most respect, going out on dates frequently, buying each other gifts, many vacations together, etc. When we first got engaged, things were a bit rough, but we spent many nights having long discussions and worked through those issues. However, over the last couple of years, we've been having a hard time. Nate lost his job in 2022, and I think this set us on a collision course. Ever since then, he's had a hard time keeping a job. He frequently goes to temp agencies for in-between periods, but this has never been a problem for me as he tries his best to make sure bills are paid. He always blames the jobs, but I have a hard time believing he's been through about 15 jobs since 2022, and every single one is the problem. Maybe some of them, but not all of them. Anytime I try to talk about it, he tells me not worry, and he always find a new job, so I've tried to stay out of it and let him figure it out. As a result of this, though, we rarely ever go out anymore. I could pay for us to go out myself, but he has expressed to me before that it makes him feel bad that I'm always paying. We celebrate our birthdays and anniversary, and that's it. I've genuinely been okay with this, because I understand that we are going through something, but my family tends to make me feel bad. I'm very close with my family, and they love to insert their opinions, even when it's not asked. They love to comment on how he never gets me any gifts anymore, he doesn't compliment me as much, and doesn't really show up to family gatherings anymore. So much so that I've resulted in just lying about things I've bought for myself like books, jewelry, electronics, etc. Telling them he got them for me just to get them to shut up. If he doesn't come to something where the whole family is there, I just tell them he's at work. The divorce comments started coming in last year when I had car trouble. I have an older car, 2010, and my engine went out last year. I still had about 4 months left on my loan, and interest rates were insane, so I couldn't afford to get a new car with having to also take care of so much of the bills at home. I tried talking to a few different mechanics, but I couldn't work out any payment plans, and honestly the lowest estimate I got was $9,000 to fix everything that was wrong with it, so this seemed like a lost cause. I ended up getting my dad's help for a new car. He put down $5,000 to help me get a new car, and this shook my family. The main question being, why didn't Nate help? I wasn't about to flat out tell them he couldn't afford it, so I did my best to dodge the questions, but it didn't matter, the damage was done. Now any time they could squeeze it in, they're telling me I need to divorce him. Over the past year, I've been able to get Nate back at family gatherings, but they've all ended with him being super drunk. Nate doesn't know when to stop. I know this about him. I try my best to cut him off, but I'm his wife, not his babysitter. I've asked him over and over again to not drink at these functions, or if he must to only have one. To which he tells me it's fine, he's an adult, and knows when to stop, he doesn't. This has resulted in a lot of embarrassing nights for me, and just adds to their list of reasons to leave him. My family has never seen a healthy marriage. I have never seen a healthy marriage. At least not outside of a TV show. Any of my family that's married, they're all bitter and cheating on each other. I can't really take advice from this. I believe you don't get into a marriage just to jump ship as soon as things get hard. We are just going through something, and we have to work on it together. However, recently I've started questioning this, and I'm not sure if this is the right stance here. My cousin passed away recently, and her funeral was this past week. I was and still am devastated. Nate doesn't understand why. My cousin and I weren't on speaking terms, and he doesn't get why I would be so upset since we weren't even talking. At the funeral he sat with me, but he didn't speak the entire time we were there, not even to comfort me. I have no idea who he was that day, but this was not the man I married. It was like having rose-colored glasses taken off, and now I'm questioning everything. Now I'm starting to feel like my family may have been right all along, and I've been too naive to see it. I can't go to any of them about it, because I already know what they're going to say. I feel very alone right now. Where do I even go from here? Too long did not read. My husband lost his job, and hasn't been able to keep one. My family thinks I should divorce him. I'm starting to question if they're right. I'll be perfectly blunt. He doesn't need to understand. He just needs to support you and your grief. If he's incapable of that, then I think you know what you need to do. Yeah, Opie, it's actually pretty understandable why your family dislikes your husband. He can't hold down a job, so you are financially responsible, has a problem with alcohol, and doesn't really seem to do anything to support you. If you were my sister or friend, I'd be advising you to really consider if this is the life you want as it is today. I doubt you do. I believe you don't get into a marriage just to jump ship as soon as things get hard. Sure. What does that have to do with your decision-making now? As soon as things get hard was a long time ago. Your husband is an asshole who can't keep a job. You're gonna lose everything and end up homeless because of him. His jobs aren't the problem, he is. He couldn't even comfort after the loss of your cousin. It doesn't matter if you weren't talking anymore. Go to your family. They love you and want you to get out of a bad relationship. I'm sure they will help you. You married when you were both still young and hadn't grown into your adult personalities and traits. While it's /possible/, it's the jobs that are the issue. That's a very, very slight probability. His inability to manage his drinking and to dismiss your concern about it is also a worry. Failing to provide comfort when you're upset is definitely not a good sign. What you choose to do from here is up to you, but it likely requires therapy for both of you. You may simply have found that who you are as people is no longer compatible or healthy. I don't think losing his job is the issue. The issue is that he isn't showing up for you in any way from the sounds of it. The absolute bare minimum you can do for anyone you care about is comfort them during hard times, even if you don't understand or agree with the reason. My 26F husband, 29M, always tries to humble me. As the title states, my husband of 1 year always tries to keep me humble. He said this in his own words. He refuses to compliment me or make me feel confident because he thinks I'll be delusional and think I'm better than I am. What ticked me off was today was while I was changing. He told me I looked very unappetizing. He compared me to food that looks gross but tastes alright. Like, what does that even mean? How do I go about this? I don't want to just tell him I need him to make me feel better about myself or force him to compliment me. This obviously puts a huge strain on our relationship, and I resent him for it. Could really use some tips. Edit. I'm not an egotistical person. I wouldn't say I'm super confident, but I'm comfortable in my own skin. Thank you guys. He's negging you. He's doing it to beat you down, so you don't realize he's absolute trash, and being single would be an improvement. I'm concerned that he's not a good partner. His priority is keeping you low, rather than supporting you to achieve more. And what does he gain by beating you down? It sounds a lot like the beginning to psychological abuse to me. You could read Lundy Bancroft, Why Does He Do That, and see if it makes sense. Why do you need to be humbled? What does he think will happen if he compliments you? That you'll feel good about yourself? That you'll think your husband cares about you? Oh no, call the cops. This is not a man who cares about you. This is a man who enjoys insulting you. Your marriage is young. Leave before you get too enmeshed with him. I'm comfortable in my own skin. And he hates that. He won't stop until he's successfully made you uncomfortable in your own skin. Was he a jerk even before you married him? Please divorce this man. He hates you. He's trying to pull you down so he can dominate, control, and suck you dry. This is the opposite of what a loving partner does. Love lifts you up. Get away from this awful person while you are still young and before he does more damage.